welcome back to Comic Frontline. Jay here with another review. Today I'm reviewing Harlan Ellison's The City on the Edge of Forever, the original teleplay, issue number 4. The original teleplay is, of course, by Harlan Ellison. The adaptation is by Scott Tipton and David Tipton, and the art is by J.K. Woodward. Okay, so this issue pretty much picks up right where the last one left off. We're really delving into Edith and Kirk's relationship, how hard they're really falling for each other, and how neither one of them have ever felt this way before. And Kirk is really wrestling with the fact that, he has to let this woman die. He's like, can I bring her to the future? And Spock is like, no, she's supposed to die in this time frame, and he was like, but she's so insignificant. He was like, you can't do it. So it was like this big battle that he's playing with his head and with his heart, that which one wins out. Does he go with his heart and save this woman that he loves more than he's ever felt for any woman ever in his entire life? Or does he go with his head and save the future and everyone he's ever known and, let her die? And that's what this whole issue is about. And then, of course, they have different philosophies on it. And Spock's like, I'm not this heartless. Just because I'm not human, I'm not, basically a slave to my emotions, doesn't mean I don't understand. And slowly you see Kirk realizing that he has to, but at the same time you also see that he really does not want to. The issue ends on a cliffhanger with the guy that they were chasing running away with the phaser that Spock had made, and they're on the way. He's on his way, away from him, and Kirk is trying to save Edith by telling her, you have to stay inside for at least, a couple hours, take a nap or whatever. And she's like, what's wrong? What's going on? But in the end, she listens to Kirk, and him and Spock go out looking for the guy. Story-wise, love the story. It's still not Star Trek, like the way Spock spoke. It felt a little off. And I take into account, though, that this was early into Star Trek, so the definitive voices of these characters weren't heard yet when Ellison wrote this teleplay. So it wasn't really like, oh, this is continuity, you had to stick with it. It's not like it would be now. This is more set back in that time frame of when the series was first getting off the ground. That's when he was commissioned to do this, and that's why it feels a little bit different. So story-wise, because it's so different from what I'm used to and from what these characters have become over the decades, I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. Art-wise, J.K. Woodward, oh my god, this guy is a genius with his art. He makes this look like as if I'm really just watching photo stills of these characters on TV. James Kirk looks just like William Shatner did back in the 60s. It is like as if he just plucked him right from an episode and drew him. Like just traced his face or something like that. That's how exactly perfect it looks. Same with Leonard Nimoy as Spock and all the other established characters that we've seen in this series. I'm giving that 5 stars. If I could go higher, I would. Overall, I'm going to give this a 4.5. And I highly recommend you read this. Especially if you're a fan of Star Trek. If you're a fan of Star Trek and you obviously know this episode, I would say pick this up. And if you're not, if you just want a well-told story, this has that too. So even if you don't know any of these characters, you probably even like the story more because you don't have their voices so clear in your head that it seems a little off to you. But great story. Like once again, Overall, 4.5 stars. Highly recommend it. Well, those are my thoughts. Now I want to know what yours are in the comments below. Also, like this video, subscribe to Comic Frontline. Check out and subscribe to my channel, The Comic Book Theater. Check out Comic Frontline, the site, for all the latest previews, reviews, news, and interviews. For even more news on all things related to comics, comicrelated.com is your source for all your comic book needs with daily updates. And don't forget to like and follow me and Comic Frontline on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. I'll include all these links in the description below. Until then, I'll catch you in the next review.